Okay, welcome to the Whole Heart Path to Profit. And this is a free webinar today. My name is Diana Morgan. And for those of you, welcome to those of you who are here. And Gada is here from Sweden, so that's impressive. And for those of you who are watching, welcome to you as well. And so I will let you know, we might have some other people join in. I know some other people were planning to come. You can, if you have questions, just put them in the chat, because I know a lot of the questions that are going to come up, I'm going to answer. So, and then at the end, I'll stick around for whatever extra questions you have. So Whole Heart Marketing, just to give you a little introduction, is a proven systems-based approach to authentic, heart-centered marketing on the internet to build continued, consistent, credible visibility and influence with strategic partners, clients, and followers, while leveraging your time and resources to generate a consistent income and make a big impact. In other words, what I do is I teach people how to grow an authentic online presence and to monetize their online presence. Okay, welcome, Rosemary. We're just getting started. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about how to conquer the 5 biggest frustrations that I hear people say on social media all the time, which is nobody sees my posts. I'm overwhelmed and I don't know where to start. I'm burned out and I feel like I'm always starting over on social media. I don't know what to say on social media. Social media keeps changing all the time and I can't keep up. Any of those relate to any of those? All of those? Great, thank you. We're also going to talk about how to increase your free organic reach. And my inner geek sometimes uses terminology that other people don't understand. So I want to tell you what free organic reach is. Free organic reach is getting people to see your posts for free on social media. And that is my specialty. I specialize in free organic reach. I pretty much don't even use Facebook ads. I say this every time about Facebook ads. If you know somebody who has quantifiable, provable results of Facebook ads, please let me know, because I will be happy to meet them. I've yet to find that, unless people are spending a ton of money. So what I do is I like to help you get free organic reach. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And you're also going to learn the most current best practices on social media, so you're not wasting time doing things that don't work and not making any money. And you're going to learn 10 proven strategies to increase your social media engagement in 2023 and 24. Okay, so I'm the truth teller. I'm always going to tell you the truth, because, you know, if I always like to say, if you ask enough people, you can hear whatever you want to hear. And so here is the truth. You don't know what you don't know. And today you're going to discover the missing link to your social media success that's going to make all the difference. So I like to just kind of start with a little history, give you a little background. We are now in Web 3.0 and actually approaching Web 4.0. So Web 1.0 was like just, you know, online information. You could just go there like a directory and get information. Web 2.0 was the beginning of building relationships, the communication, we could communicate with other people. And Web 3.0, where we are now, and even moving into Web 4.0, is about the use of artificial intelligence. It's about the human element of social media. And that's what I really focus on, the human element of social media. So here are some truths about Web 3.0. First of all, you can't buy credibility anymore. What that means is, you know, you can't pay for Facebook likes anymore. And, you know, you can't just pump out and pay someone to do your social media. That doesn't work. And I'm saying it doesn't work for people who are wanting to build relationships, referrals, and clients. So my ideal clients are people who they want to build relationships. They do relationship marketing. You could be selling a product, you could be in direct sales, but if you're in direct sales, you're also selling the business opportunity, which means you're selling yourself. So you want to think about that in terms of number 2, which is numbers do not equal conversion. You could have 10,000 likes on Facebook and not be getting anything from it or very little from it. And you could have 500 or 200 likes and you could be making money. And the difference would be it's the right people. When you have the right people following you, engaging in your social media, that's how you actually start to monetize. That's the first step to monetizing. Now, you'll notice I say Facebook a lot because Facebook is the mothership. And, you want to be using at least Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram if you want to use that. Of course, any other platforms, but you want to be using at least Facebook and LinkedIn. So numbers do not equal conversion, okay? So you want to think about that. Less is more. Social media is about building community, not just about building an audience anymore. Okay, so all the vanity posts, look at me and all that, it's like people are just kind of moving right past that because they want meaning, they want quality, they want to go deeper. Number 4, searches are more accurate than ever due to artificial intelligence, AI. And so the result of that is that it's more and more important for you to be using the right words in your social media content. So for example, every single search engine, every single social media platform is actually a search engine. So it's just like if you put some wrong words into Google, you're not going to come up with the right results. It's the same thing on your social media. Your results are going to come from the words. That's how you tell the platforms what content you want to see, and you tell the platforms who you want to see your content by the words that you use. So SEO is more important than ever. And I actually started this business building websites and SEO and all of that. So I really try to teach people how to combine SEO along with the all the other aspects of social media, because it is a search engine. And number 6, this is my favorite, user-generated content. And notice I said authentic user-generated content. So here's the thing about social media, and this is like one of the biggest complaints is, well, Mark Zuckerberg's doing this now, and now he's doing that, and now this is happening, and that's happening. We have control over our experience of social media because of user-generated content. We are the users, okay? If we don't play on social media, then it's just ads. So the social media platforms entice us to play by, giving us higher, putting us higher up in feeds if we do reels, or if we do stories, or if we stay on Facebook Live for longer. So that's how they entice us to play and to be on social media. So what I want to say is it's great. Do all of those things. It's fantastic. I'm not saying don't do them, but do them with intention. Okay. Do them, be in your lane. Like, don't just do random acts of Facebook anymore. Or, don't just do I've fallen into YouTube and I can't get out. Do intentional social media, which means that if you're going to do a reel, or if you're going to do a video or a Facebook Live, have it be something that is that your ideal clients are going to lean into. Okay, we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Okay, so to summarize, social media is changing all the time, and you might be wasting time doing things that don't work. There are free strategies on social media that will work no matter what. They will bypass the algorithms. And that's what I teach people. Like, people ask me, well, do you think this is affecting the algorithm? Do you think that's affecting the algorithm? I'm like, I don't know, because I don't play the algorithm game. Okay. I get speaking gigs. I get clients. I've been doing this for like 16 years. This is the strategy that I've been doing, and to give me a thriving business and my clients, because you don't have to play the algorithm game. Okay, and you're leaving money on the table by missing out on huge opportunities to reach more people with your message, and less is more. So those are some of the truths. Okay, here's another truth, and this is a big one. You can look like you're doing everything right and not be getting the results you want. Okay, so you're posting and you're all over social media and you're showing up everywhere and you're not getting any results. And I know that that happens for a lot of people. And then you conclude that social media is big waste of time and a time suck. So I want to tell you why that's happening for you. Okay, so here's where you want to start when you start posting on social media. I like to use the analogy of a ship. If a ship is taking off toward a destination, and you shift the trajectory by 1 degree, the ship will end up on a different continent. Could. So it's the same thing with your social media. If you don't start from the right place, you're going to end up in the wrong place. And that is where your clients are not. And here's what happens. You're doing all these things and you're posting and you're sharing and you're doing all live videos and all that stuff, but you started from the wrong place. Okay. You started from the wrong words, or you didn't even think about your words. And then you end up just doing all this stuff and people aren't seeing your content because your ideal clients aren't even seeing you. So when you log on to Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you are, here's what most people do. They go, what should I say? Okay, you open up, you go, what should I say? But that's not the right question. The right question is, who am I talking to? Okay, so most people, when they open up Facebook, they're overwhelmed and confused. They're missing their people, and they're making a lot of effort with very little results because they're asking that question, what should I say? Here's how you get out of overwhelm. You ask the first question, who am I talking to? Okay, so you want to think about your ideal client. Who is that one person that is going to lean in when they see your content? Who's that one person that is going to say, oh, she gets me, he gets me, when they see your content, either whether it's on your Facebook business page or on your going through their feed or on your LinkedIn, wherever it is. So the first question is, who am I talking to? The next question is, how do I help them? What is the struggle that my ideal client has that I am the answer to? So when my clients see on my social media that I put those 5 things, like, this is all a waste of time and nobody's seen my post, people lean in and they're like, oh, okay, I want this. I want to know more about that. And then what are you selling? What actually are you selling? And what is the transformation? Okay, so who am I talking to? What is the struggle? How do I help them? And what is this transformation? What is the solution? Because when they see that content in your social media, that's what's going to cause them to lean in and say, I want more. Tell me more. So here is another truth. Just because someone else is doing it does not mean that it's right for your business. And it may be getting you less visibility. And my very favorite example of this is, and I just saw it today, I cannot believe that people are still sharing this. So, the post that goes, hey, everybody, Facebook is hiding all but 25 of my friends. And I'm only seeing the content from 25 people. Okay, here's the thing. And then they go, put a message in the comments if you're seeing this. That is called engagement bait. It's a hoax. When people do that, Facebook, the bots are triggered to hide those posts or to just give it zero reach. So what they do is first they do what is called shadow banning, where they hide your posts. You don't know, but you just know there's no reach. The next thing is strike 2 is they put you in Facebook jail, maybe for a weekend or something, and then they'll take away your account, because it's really considered gaming the system. So you don't want to do that. You want to get natural organic reach, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So here's the way that you tell the search engines what content you want to see and who you want to see your content. There's 3 different ways. Number 1 is by liking, commenting, and sharing. Whenever you like, comment, or share something, Facebook or LinkedIn or whoever says, oh, okay, Gada wants to know more. She wants to see more of this kind of post. I mean, you see it all the time. Like if you go buy something at Amazon, then you see the retargeting little ads on the side of your Facebook or wherever you are. It's the same thing. Whoever you like, comment, or share, Facebook is going to give you more of that. What you post and with the words. Okay. So it's about the words too. Images, when you post a quote, you want to always type in the words, not just post the image. And then it's about, I'm going to show you the three little dots. Okay, so in the upper right-hand corner of every post are these three little dots. And so there are things like save this, hide this, snooze what this person shared, unfollow, give feedback, okay? So we get to tell the search engines. If you monitored your feed for 30 days, you would find that you would start you would be training the search engines to tell of what you want to see in your feed. Okay, so you still see ads, but you would see more of the things you want to see. So I'm going to give you a little exercise to do later on in the class, but it's like, if you want more than 25 people to see your posts, go like, comment, and share their content. Then they will see the notifications, and then they will go in turn like and comment and share and check you out. Okay, whenever I want, like for example, a networking group, whoever's in there and I'm interested in them, even while I'm online in the networking event, I will go and check out their social media and I'll message them. Hey, it was great meeting you in the women's coffee club, or, I'm looking forward to let's have virtual coffee or something like that. And then that person is going to see that message. I'm not going to plaster some ad in their messenger. I'm going to put something that is taking the next step to building the relationship. And it's the same thing on LinkedIn. Okay, same thing, the three dots. Now, guess what? Those three dots are available to everybody. So other people can snooze you, unfollow you, delete you as well. So it's crucial that you are posting content that your ideal clients want to see. And if you post, when you post things on your personal profile, many people see it. And you think people aren't seeing it just because they aren't liking, commenting, or sharing it, but they are. And so sometimes people will just keep posting the same promotional thing over and over and over again. First of all, like I said, you're going to get shadow banned, you're going to get shut down by Facebook, and your followers are going to unfollow you. And you see how it is. Like when you're doing your phone and you keep seeing the same thing over and over again, I snooze them. Like strike one, I'm snoozing you. Strike two, I'm unfollowing you, because I don't want to see that unless I have asked to see it by liking, commenting, and sharing your content. So that's how you tell the search engines what you want to see, and that's how you tell them how to show your content to other people. Okay, here's another truth. This is the missing link to your internet marketing success. And this is going to make all the difference. And this is another thing that will never change, which is that everything is energy. Okay, so your goal in using social media is to bring who you are through your computer energetically to whatever platform you're playing on and interacting with people. So I like to say, bring your whole heart essence to your online presence, and people feel your energy. You are your best lead magnet. Okay, so you can't pay someone to be you. You can pay someone to help you find content. You can pay someone to post your business and promotional and educational content. You can pay someone for a million different things, but you cannot pay someone to be you. And if you start to notice, you're going to notice when people are, when it's not them, it's their VA that's answering and they're not really interacting with you. You can tell. I can tell. Now that I've said this, it's probably going to ruin your social media. You're going to be able to tell. But the thing is that, I had a done for you company for 13 years. I was doing people's social media for them. And what I realized was that it wasn't working, because I would tell people, okay, but you still have to you have to be you. Oh yeah, I will. And I'll make them sign a contract and everything. They wouldn't do it. It wouldn't work that well. They didn't blame me, but that's not a win-win. So that's when I decided I'm going to just teach people how to do this, the whole thing. And then I'm going to teach them how to hire a virtual assistant to and how to train them and what their virtual assistant can do. So I don't do done for you anymore because, it's not serving, it wasn't serving people. So the internet is a 24/7 networking event. And I think we are starting to realize this more since COVID. I think even before COVID, I've been saying this for the past 15 years, but now we really see it, that you have a 24/7 networking opportunity to connect, network, and build relationships. And if you think about, so like when you meet somebody in person, handshake, elbow bump, whatever we do now, and that's the connection. Okay. And then maybe we ask them to take it to the next level. Let's have coffee or let's have a Zoom chat or whatever. On the internet, the connection is the hyperlink. Okay. So it's like if someone tags someone on social media, or if you go from social media to your website, those are all the internet handshakes, the internet hyperlinks, the internet referrals. So here's one of my favorite staggering statistics. Every minute, millions of internet handshakes are exchanged. And those could be you, your website, you being referred. And that is all free organic reach. Okay. All of that is happening every second, 24/7. So you want to get into that. You want to get that into that action. And I want to tell you how to do that. I've been telling you, but I'm going to tell you more. Okay. So I want to talk for a minute about the Whole Heart Social Media Success Formula. And this is a tried and tested strategy. Okay. So this is not something I made up. This is something that I have been doing for the past 16 years. And I even took the Facebook Queens certification program, Mari Smith certification program in Facebook. And I'm telling you that, this is what she says to do. And this is what I have been doing for the past 16 years. So I can tell you it works, and it's a powerful strategy. And I'm telling you this because so many people are struggling with there's so much information out there and everybody's telling you all these different things. This works. And it's a strategy that is simple. So basically, you want to spend 50% of the time that you are on social media building relationships. It's your user-generated content. And so what amount of time is that? That is at least an hour a day. Now, most of the time when I say that, people go out of their body and say, Diana, are you kidding me? An hour a day on Facebook? I have work to do. So here's the thing that I want to challenge you to think about. What is the potential, the dollar amount that you could generate from 3-5 clients over 6 months? Okay, so I want you to think about that. Is it $500 or $2,000 or $3,000? So what is that dollar amount? And if you were doing intentional social media, you were actually generating clients, not just straight off of Facebook, but through a process of, meeting people, staying in touch with them, building the relationships, where eventually you have an ongoing flow of leads and clients. Would that be worth it to you to spend an hour a day? I mean, and if it's not worth it to you, I want you to look at your business model. And if it is worth it to you, it's intentional business social media. So it's only focused on business. Your personal social media is a totally other time. And I recommend using a timer. And I recommend, again, being intentional. So what is intentional? Intentional means that you're only going to, I like to say, play with people on social media. You're only going to play with people on social media who are either your ideal referral partners or ideal potential clients, mostly referral partners, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. So that's 50% of your time. So on Facebook, it's easy kind of to divide it. So you have your Facebook personal profile, and then you have your business page. And in case anybody's wondering, yes, you need a business page. So the thing is, you can't do a bunch of promotion on your personal profile. So you need to have a business page on Facebook. So if you do, you know, you're using your personal profile, you're networking, connecting, like say you met all these great people in the coffee club, then you would start to connect with them afterwards and not rely on just that group to make the relationships. And then on your then on LinkedIn, it's not divided so perfectly. You have like, I mostly use my personal profile. So you would divide it yourself. Half of your time is your building relationships. And for the strategy that I'm sharing, you can pretty much use Facebook and LinkedIn interchangeably. I mean, there's a few, I wouldn't put like pictures of my kitties or something on LinkedIn, but pretty much everything else I would put on LinkedIn the same as Facebook. And I just do it different times, different days. And, you know, Instagram, wherever you are. So that's 50% of your time. 40% of your time is to educate, inspire, and motivate. So that is positioning yourself as the expert in your field. Okay, so it could be user-generated content, or it could be quotes, articles, other people's, like what I say is share one post of your own and one post of someone else's every day. Find other people's content to share. You do not have to generate all of the content yourself. So then 90% of your time on social media, you are building relationships and building influence and positioning yourself as an expert. So then 10% is promote, and it's promote something free. Okay, so it's like something free that gives people an idea of how it would be to work for you if they work with you, if they paid you. So if you're someone who does like coaching or, you know, online virtual trainings or something, you don't want to have them have a download. You want to have something that's similar to how it would be to work with you. Okay, so so that's your social media success formula. Now, user-generated content. This is my challenge. I give this to every single person that I talk to. And here it is. Find 5 people a week to play with. And so here's how you find these people. So you know how I said, like on Facebook, you open, you go, who should I play with? These are the people that you want to be playing with. So here it is. They're active on social media, because if their last post was 3 years ago, they're not the right person for this game. You align with their message, because if you're not in alignment with their message, you know, values wise, you're not going to want to share their content. And you're somehow strategic partners. So either like you're both big networkers, or maybe they're a good referral partner for you. Maybe you do the same thing, but you target different people. Or for you, you know, maybe it would be a web designer or a social media person or SEO person or a business coach. You know, it's like you want to think about who are people who are working with people who would need me too. Okay. So what do you do with these people? You like, comment, share, and I like to say care. And care is connect, acknowledge, respond, and engage. Okay. So it's like, here's what you don't do. You don't meet somebody and then plaster your promotional thing in their messenger. Even if it's free, you connect with them, you start liking their content, because once you start liking their content or loving it, what's going to happen is they're going to see the notifications and they're going to want to check you out. I meet people all the time this way. And, you know, honestly, at this point, I do so much networking online that most of the time it's not a cold interaction. It's someone I've met at a networking event. And I'm just going to go and start checking out their stuff and seeing who they are. It's just the same as when you're in a networking event in person. You meet somebody, start checking out who they are, you get to know them. I mean, you don't like shove a business card in their face anymore. We don't do that. We get to know people, and it's the same thing on social media. And if you start doing that, 5 people a week, here's what will happen. the first week, 2 people will reciprocate and 3 people won't. Maybe the next week, 3 people do and 2 people don't. Next week after that, 2 people. And what will happen is you will start building. And we are all only 6 degrees of separation away from everybody in the world. So it's like each of us has a circle of like 50,000 people. So how many people do you really need to have a thriving business? It's like we don't need all 4+ billion people on Facebook to have a thriving business. And, you want to think about that, and even write down your numbers for the year. How many people do I really need to have the thriving business? So this is a powerful process. It's like, where do you find these people? You want to start with your friends. If you're big on Facebook, start with your friends on Facebook. If you're big on LinkedIn, start with your friends on LinkedIn and then connect with them on all your other social media platforms. If you're in a couple of networking groups, start there. Okay. You do not have to start cold with this. You already all know so many people. You don't even know how many people you know. So you do not have to do this cold. You're going to if you look at your friends on Facebook, you're going to see how many people you're not playing with. And this is how you start to activate those relationships. So, so definitely, if you have any questions, put them in the chat, and I'm going to just keep going. We're almost to the end of the slides. So, I want to talk about these 10 proven strategies to increase your social media reach and engagement in this year and next year. And you could take a screenshot of this. This is a great one to have. So post at the best times when your audience is online. And the best way to find out when your audience is online is when you start posting, like I said, an hour a day. So it's not just pump out posts for an hour a day. It's be present. So when you're being present for like, say, 30 minutes early in the day and 30 minutes later, pick different times, different days, you're going to see when your people are on. And there's nothing like getting a heartfelt response to a post that you do right in the moment. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. This morning, I have a friend and she's a super early bird. So she's always showing us her sunrise photos and swimming in her pool. And she put a post and I made a comment on it it was about 5:30 this morning. And she immediately was like, hey, you know what? I've been thinking about you. I'd love to have you speak at my event next week. So it's like, there it is. I got a speaking gig from just commenting on her because we're friends. And it was just like, oh, hey, how you doing? And that's what happened. 24/7 networking. I'm up at 5:30. What the heck? I'm going to see what's happening on Facebook. Okay, so post at the best times when your audience is online. Focus on user-generated content. This is going to get you the most bang for your buck, which doesn't mean you shouldn't have a Facebook business page. People always ask me that question, so I'm emphasizing you have to have a business page. Level up on your photos. Leverage video marketing and Facebook Lives. Avoid using engagement bait, which I said. Go live. And, you could do short lives and long lives. Boost your popular posts, reuse and recycle top posts. This is the only strategy that I use. I do pay for boosted posts sometimes, but only, I'm going to say this, I want you to hear this, only with a call to action. I'll never boost a post that doesn't have a call to action to come to my free thing. Okay. So don't ever just boost a post, and not even to sign up for your blog. That's not a good enough reason. It has to be a free training of some sort. Reuse and recycle your top posts. Leverage stories to increase Facebook engagement. Stories are great because they're up at the top of the feed for 24 hours. But then whatever you put in the stories, make sure you also post it in your feed so that it's up there, and stays until it cycles down, because the stories are only there for 24 hours. Analyze the performance of your social media platforms to see what's working and what's not. And, you can look at your analytics, but you also know, because you can see when people are leaning in. You can see when people lean in, you can see when they don't. So that's the best way to analyze. So basically, here's what we talked about today. We talked about the top ways to get free organic reach. And we talked about how to conquer the 5 biggest frustrations on social media. Create a clear message. Think about who are you talking to, what is the struggle, and what are you offering? Focus on 5 people to play with at a time. Okay, so from now on, forevermore, when you open up Facebook, you don't go out of your body. You say, who am I talking to? And you pick 5 people to start to play with. Have the mindset of networking instead of selling on social media. Okay, social media is not for selling. Marketing is about inspiring people to take action on the thing you know they need. Okay, and so if you think about social media as a marketing opportunity and not like people say this to me all the time, I'm on social media all the time and nobody's buying. Nobody's going to buy, if you're selling like a Mary Kay lipstick for $5, okay, so maybe someone's going to buy that. But when you're selling high ticket items and, services, people are going to lean in to inquire, but they're not necessarily going to buy. Okay, I'm just going to let her in. Okay. So I want you to think about that in terms of, your mindset about social media. That social media is about networking, connecting, and building relationships. So I like to have everybody put one thing in the chat that you can implement that you learned today. And if you're watching this, think about that for yourself. And let's see, Olmika, welcome. She's in the process of joining. Okay, welcome. Olmika, you're late, which is okay. I totally understand. And so you're probably going to enjoy watching the replay. And many people didn't even make it, but I'm going to say a few more things and then I'm going to open up for questions. So I'm really glad that you made it. And hold on one second. I'm going to look at the chat and say, let's see, mention business page on Facebook. What about adding a page to our personal Facebook? You mean having more than one profile? Okay, go ahead and unmute.
No, well, instead of having a business page, to add one page to my personal one and make it as the business page.
Yeah,
but
that's what you do.
But I won't, it's not a business page. It's not a business account. It's not a business account.
Okay, so
it's a business page, but not a business account.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what you're asking because if you have a business page, it has to be off of your personal page.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you want to be doing. I mean, you don't have to change it into a business account unless you're going to do a lot of Facebook ads.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can have more than one personal profile now, which is why I thought that's maybe what you were asking. But I set one up just to play with it. And, the thing about it is, it's deceiving because, even if you have, like, you could have, Facebook is like, well, now you can have a different, say you're doing 2 different things, or you want to have personal for your family and one for personal. But the thing is, the settings are all the same. So you can't have like one that's super private. First of all, there's no such thing as private on Facebook, but you can't have one that's private and then one that's not. The settings are all the same. So it's not really going to benefit most people who would want a separate personal profile for other reasons. Okay, so one last truth for today, which is it takes more than just posting and playing on social media to have ongoing clients. Okay. And what that means is that, you know, and I teach a whole program in this, and I also have a retreat that I teach in, my next one's going to be in April, where I talk about like what I call my marketing machine. And what that means is, you know, if you only post on social media, then what's going to happen is you'll get a few people here and there, but then the rest of the people, if they're not ready for you right now and you're not staying in touch with them, then they go to the next person who's in front of them when they're ready. So it includes having your message, your free thing, your plan, or I call it your funnel, your email marketing, your social media marketing. And then when you keep in touch with people, you get them on your list so that when they're ready, you're building the relationships with them. Okay. And so, and you're sending them great content. Like, you're not just sending them like, buy my this and buy my that. You're sending them like your blog or great content. So I just like to say that so people understand, you know, it's like, it's not just about posting social media. It's really about the whole marketing machine. But what I wanted to share with you today is that if you are interested in getting more from me, I teach this a class similar to this every month. But I also am teaching what it's called the Rock Your Editorial Calendar in 2024 Masterclass. And this is going to be a 2-hour masterclass. And it's going to be basically focused on message, because I really feel that the most important thing that people need to work on to start is their message. So we're going to talk about your message. We're going to talk about the Whole Heart Speak strategy, which is basically how to sell on social media without being salesy and icky. We're going to talk about a powerful SEO strategy, and we're going to talk about how to create messaging on social media that is both SEO and reader friendly. And I'm going to give you a strategy for creating your editorial calendar for the year so that you're being intentional with your social media. You're going from, you know, each month, you know what your theme is, you know what you're doing, you know how to lay it out so that you can either be doing it yourself or handing it off to somebody. But you're not always like at the last minute, like, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. And you're not doing random acts of Facebook. So it's a great class. It's a great process. And, you know, you also get the recording, and it's, you know, you're going to simplify, clarify, and speed up the process. And you're going to walk away with ideas and tools, and you're going to feel like the task is so much more manageable to, you know, because it's going to make sense to you. So you're not always feeling like, what do I do next? What do I do next? You're going to actually know what to do. And it's Tuesday, January 23rd. It's from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time, and it's $47. And so here's the link, and I'm going to put the link in the chat if I can. Let's see. Oops. I'm going to put the link. Okay, I'm going to send you an email after the class with the link so that you can get registered. And you're getting my emails now, Gada, right? Okay, good. Okay, and Omika, welcome. And now
Yes.
what I would like to do is open up if you have any specific questions, but you'll get the recording, and I want to really encourage you to watch the recording because you came like at the very end.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I didn't get the anyway.
It's
Time
okay.
zone. Time zone. Yeah.
And
I
you can
was
also
confused.
come next month, because like I said, I do this class about once a month, and it's not exactly the same every month because there's always new things on social media. Like I always tell people, whatever I'm telling you about Facebook was true as of this morning or last night. It's always
Right.
different. But do you have any like specific questions that you want to ask it? You know, anything come up?
No, I'm one of those random acts of posting people.
Oh, good for
So
you.
yeah,
This
to
is the
actually have a
truth room.
strategy and that's about where I'm at. And I follow different people, but it's like they really say focus on one course until successful. It's like, okay, jumping around. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting tidbits of information from a lot of people, but like to have a strategy myself is about where, and to, I see you use Aweber, is it? So
Right.
I also have an autoresponder and, yeah, so I'm pretty much, pretty much right now I'm doing network marketing, but I also have, a CD that I need to like. It's like I was listening to Jack Canfield, I guess was who it was, but Chicken Soup for the Soul People, and they gave it was like $10,000 or whatever, but it's probably worth it. I'm sure it is. But the tips they were giving in terms of promoting whatever you're doing ahead of publishing it, whether it's a book or whatever, it was very helpful. So yeah, that that email list. Yeah, because everybody says,
Yeah.
what if Facebook goes away, or what if okay,
Oh,
what if the
yeah.
internet
I mean,
goes away? The
yeah.
internet goes away, we can all forget about it. But what if social
Not
media
going
goes? Yeah, yeah, you definitely, yeah, need to start. Hello, so yeah, it's just crafting my capture page or landing page or something. I guess is the best way to do it because it could be short and sweet, kind of like. I know yours is really long, and I guess maybe it's not optimized for cell phone because it was just long with like a
Well,
couple of words, or
yeah, it
maybe I
has
didn't
the
turn it
calendar
sideways.
at the
I don't know.
bottom. I think
Yeah.
it works better on desktop. I'm gonna have to look at that because I've been using it for about the past year and it seems to be working, but I think I'm going.
Okay. Yeah. If I can go to the bottom and change it, then that's cool, or wherever.